once we know our personality traits, what do we do with them, and why are they useful, and what can we basically use them for? So we compiled, when we looked at our funeral directors, we put them down to basically being introverted, sensing, feeling, and judging. So the ISFJ, which are also known as the defenders. So again, you know, what drives them is a lot around helping people, feeling valued, feeling connected. So if we have a look at the ISFJ here, which is the second one, these people tend to be very warm, they're considerate, they're gentle, responsible, they're pragmatic, they're thorough, they're devoted to caretakers who enjoy being helpful to others. And I think it's quite clear to see how comparable that is to a funeral director's role, and just again, the type of personalities they have. And this is why this is really, really helpful, because again, you know, you're looking for more of the same. If you can understand, you know, those personality traits, it basically helps inform us of people's mindsets of where they are at the moment. And then we can start compiling some of our boxes here. So what are their career drivers? You know, what might they be frustrated by? And with their career drivers, you know, what we can uncover is that, you know, they're obviously looking for meaningful work. They're looking to connect with others. They're caretakers. They're helpful people, which again are key commonalities amongst funeral directors. Okay, so the last one here are basically archetypes. I don't know if anyone on the call has kind of, you know, delved much into archetypes, but basically they kind of help us focus on the why, and they probably are the most complex to get your head around sometimes. So when we think about, you know, personalities, the difference between a persona, so the second one, the who, and the difference between an archetype. So a personality is, again, the characteristics and the qualities, as I mentioned before, is what we show the world. Okay, it's what we bring to the forefront. It's what we basically, you know, go out to the world with, so that people can form an impression of us. Archetypes were actually developed by a famous psychoanalyst named Carl Jung. And basically, their archetypes are a lot more innate. Okay, so this is behavior that is innate within us. So it's not learnt behavior, it is innate. It's what we're born with, it's hereditary, it's what we're passed down with. And it basically helps us unpack kind of the values, the needs and wants of people. So what kind of fears do they have? What do they value? What are their aspirations? But one of my key focus areas of interest is motivations. And I believe it's really, really important in our world, especially, to understand what motivates a certain cohort of people. And if you can understand why people behave in certain ways, then it basically helps us examine the causes of that behavior. What is it that motivates them? Why are they looking for another role? What is it that, you know, there's certain life stages there that they're at? Is that what's driving them? And if we can understand that, we can help influence that behavior. It means we can basically understand and go out to market with things that are actually relevant to a certain demographic of people. And I love to kind of unpack what fuels the motivation in certain candidate groups, because everybody has a motivation. Nobody, unfortunately, wants to get, you know, do a job for the hell of it or for the sake of it. We all have some type of an inner drive as to why we get up and go to work and do what we do. So what I'm going to look at next are basically some tools and techniques of how you can uncover and unpack motivations, and how you can basically better understand what drives and what motivates people.